It's scary to make different choices. It's scary to go and do something when you don't know what the outcome is.
Your passion and your dedication to all the work you have done is a testament as to why you have these incredible clients in your life right now.
If you can't celebrate every little milestone, there's something wrong. Like, if you can't do that with your coach, there is something wrong.
Welcome back to another episode of Keys to the Queendom. I am Tamara Maya, and with the help of my incredible guests, I'm on a mission to lift the curtains on all the secret tips, tools, and strategies I wish I had known while building my first business. So if you are ready to unlock your full potential, welcome to the Queendom.
Hello, Queens. I'm so excited to not only have one of my incredible friends on this episode, but one of my incredible Queendom clients, Katie Hales. And we're here to discuss in Keys to the Queendom really about your journey as a mum, running a farm, having an online business. And I just wanted everyone to, one, get to know how incredible of a human you are, and really get to navigate your journey and tell your story. How are you, gorgeous girl?
I am so good. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. Tell everyone where you live, just to give a bit of like a visual context as well.
Okay, so I am actually in New Zealand, and we're based pretty much smack bang in the middle of the North Island. I live on the outskirts of a small rural town. It's, an hour each way to any major town. But yeah, I love the peace and the solitude of living in the country, and also being able to scoot out of town and visit beautiful places that New Zealand has to offer.
Yeah, I've been only to Auckland in New Zealand, and I loved it. I really do. But your world in New Zealand is, farm world, farm life. Tell me more about that. Beautiful.
Yeah, so the entire time my partner and I have been together, which is 14 years, we've been in management roles, and we're now self-employed, running a very large piece of country as a dairy farm. So we milk 1,100 cows, and we run all our young stock. So that's another 600 stock that we look after every day. We're lucky enough to have staff, and we run a really profitable business for our farm owners who are a charitable trust. So it's really quite nice to know that the work that we do and the profit the farm creates is going to be paid forward to other people who, need help in life. So it's quite humbling to know that the work we do benefits so many people, as well as being major food producers. So, yeah, we love our life. It's a great life for our kids. We have 5 kids all up, and they're actually typical townie kids. They're not really farm kids in the sense of getting out milking cows, but they do love being out on the farm and being in the country and all that that has to offer.
Yeah, wow. I'm going to get you into a city girl soon, babe.
Yeah, Gold Coast, here I come.
So Katie is coming to the Gold Coast to my Million Hers event with my incredible friend and business partner, Kayla. So we're actually physically, going to see each other. I know. I'm so excited.
Oh, I can't wait. I am so excited. I am so pleased that I followed my gut instinct on that one, and just booked my tickets, and now I'm coming. And the countdown is on.
I know. I was speaking to Kayla before, because as I said to you not long ago, there's so much to do. And yeah, that's just creeping up. But you know what, my love? One of the things you just said, and I think this is a really great way to start this episode, you followed your gut, right? And I feel like this has been something you have done since I've known you. And I think this is a really big message for, listeners out there when it comes to these big decisions, because you now have your own online business, Align Coaching. Now, is that all gut instinct? And how has that brought you to where you are now?
Yeah, well, if I'm honest, it probably didn't start off as gut instinct. It started off with passion, and if I had have listened to my gut sooner, I probably could have, been where I am now much sooner. However, I think there were so many learning curves in there that I needed to learn to get here anyway. So it's really only in the last 6 or 9 months I've learned to start listening to my gut instinct. I was really lucky to have actually a human design reading that told me listening to my gut is the right thing to do. So in the past, when I've gone, I'm so called to do this, my head will stop me, like logical Katie will go, no, X, Y, and Z needs to be done first. So I kind of don't do that now. I'm just like, the minute I have this gut calling, I'm just like, boom. And I think in listening to that, I have managed to far exceed my own expectations of myself in regards to creating a business. It has taught me I am worthy of all the things I want, and just keep listening to my gut, because it's actually never wrong. Listening to my gut to book tickets to come to the Gold Coast, there is so many positives in that, personal and business. I know I'm going to connect with some incredible people. Yes, I'm going to get to meet you and Kayla in person, and girls from Mindset Model, like a year ago. And those things excite me, but I also am going to, for the first time on this journey, actually physically be surrounded by women who are passionate and desire to just keep plowing forward and evolving.
Yeah, you said that just so beautifully, babe, because I do remember, when you started with me, it was, I think you did one of my programs a while ago, and then you started the Mindset Model, and here you are doing Queendom. And I feel this is so relevant to so many women. When it comes to taking big risks or big moves, we often, do get into our minds and start thinking all worst case scenarios. But it's actually like our bodies, our intuition, our gut, that feeling when you're like, I know this is scary as fuck right now, but I'm pulled to it. So I feel like you would be able to share this so well with women. What would be the biggest advice when it comes to understanding the difference of the fear and that intuition of really going?
Yeah, that's huge. And it's a really big basis around the work I do with my clients as well. So many women are scared to do something different to what they're doing, because what they're doing now is comfortable. But in relinquishing themselves to that fear, they are staying stagnant. And I did this myself for a long time. And it's scary to make different choices. It's scary to go and do something when you don't necessarily know what the outcome is. But if you can look at fear as an opportunity to grow and an opportunity to develop different, more positive habits, and an opportunity to receive like so many blessings and so much positive energy in your life on the other side of it, then like there's just countless possibilities. And I think like the work I've done with you, Tam, has helped me to stop staying in that scared place.
Yeah.
If something's scary now, instead of going, oh no, I don't know, I just go, fuck yes.
Remember, that's been your for this year. It's not yes, it's fuck yes.
Yeah, it is. And 12 months ago, I would never have done a podcast with you. 12 months ago, I would never have spoken on my stories. I would never have spoken truth because I was scared that people maybe did not want to hear my truth. And that's fine. There'll always be people in the world that aren't ready to hear what I have to say or different people have to say. And that's because it scares them. It scares them. It scares people to understand that actually you might be speaking truth, and all of a sudden they have to look at the choices they've made as being what has led them to where they are, where they're so unhappy. but actually it's still really comfy there because they don't have to change anything. So fear is my friend now. Yeah.
And you said that again as well, babe, right? I find, a lot of people are staying where it's safe and familiar, and it's not just from a business perspective, it's relationships, it's food, it's, every aspect of life, right? So I feel like this is a great, segue for you. When did you make choices not from pain, but from like pure happiness and pure pleasure?
Yeah, so actually like I talk about having run big farms with my partner, and please don't get me wrong, I'm eternally grateful for every opportunity that we have in that respect. It's financially, it's set us up to live a really comfortable life. However, it wasn't my calling. I always knew that I was put here to help people. And it took me a long time to figure out how that was. And when I figured out that my purpose was to help women transform their lives physically and internally, and, mindset in regards to how they look at their body, how they appreciate their body, how they honor it, like every interaction I have with a client is absolutely a happy one, because I know that those women are stepping outside of what they're comfortable doing because they trust me to lead them with love.
And again, coming back to that, right, gorgeous, because of the work you have done and the women that you coach every single day, right, it is so astounding. And it's just, again, I'm so proud of all the work you have done on yourself, but just again, like, your passion and your dedication to all the work you have done is a testament as to why you have these incredible clients in your life right now, really, truly. And, while, yes, you have had such an incredible opportunity with, running a farm, I would love for you to, gauge as well, if women out there who are mums or who have children or who are in a job or maybe right now not happy within themselves, or they're not happy with how they look, or they may not be happy with who they're with or even their jobs, like what would be from someone who may not have the money to invest, what would you be, inclining them for them to do? What's the first step?
Yeah, so this is something I see a lot in the women I coach and the women I speak with on a daily basis. As women, specifically mothers and wives, or partners of men, we dedicate so much of ourselves to everyone else around us that it is quite taxing. And by the time you meet the demands of everybody in your world that relies on you, it's often really hard to have any energy left for yourself. But I think that's actually a smokescreen. I believe, we think we are here to serve all these people, but actually we need to serve ourselves, because if we don't, we're doing the people around us a disservice. Because when you can take back control of your time and your power and dedicate time and attention to your growth as an individual, as a working woman, as a business owner, you feel empowered enough to then be giving your time to everyone else around you without resentment. We are selfless as women, and we will always do people. But even if you think you can't invest the time or the money, it is worth doing. And even if you look at your bank account and think, I don't have the money to do this, once you commit to making the investment, regardless, that money will come. Like, you'd be surprised how the universe will give back to you, so you can invest in yourself, in time and in money. I used to tell people all the time I was too busy. Too busy to do that. Don't have time to do that. I'm way too busy. Kids, farm, family. And actually, I would still spend a couple of hours a day sitting on the couch watching TV.
Yeah.
Now I dedicate that couple of hours a day to my own growth, to growing my business, to writing captions to writing emails to, you know, my work I do with you, the work I've done with other incredible women, to the work I do with my clients. If you want to do it, you will make it happen. And all of a sudden, you will become so much more than you ever thought you could.
I love that. It's so true, right? Because my mum, you haven't met yet, you know, and I love her so much, and I know she's in the verge of really changing her language and her programs, and I'm too busy, I'm really sad, my life is really bad. And I really love, you know, engaging conversations with yourself and other mums out there who have really, you know, at no cost, they've just gone, you know what, I'm going to go all in. It's like almost like this new age, or almost like a new energy shift is happening with mums right now that I love seeing, that they are making a way out of no way. And I often find those beautiful women, those mums, have probably traversed from having nothing. And it's in those moments where life throws these big curveballs at you that they just go, I am going to just commit and do it regardless. And you're right. You've said it so well, babe. The universe will grant you and give back what you've put out there.
Yeah. And I think you can choose to be a victim to your circumstances. And if that's the way you see it, then you will always stay stagnant. Or you can actually be really open to receiving whatever it is the universe has for you. When you can get out of the victim mentality, you see so much clearer. You see so many opportunities, and they're all there to take and run. Like that, you can literally do anything. I think if anything positive has come out of a global pandemic, it's the fact that we actually don't need to leave our homes to be really successful women, creating relationships, creating change, creating power within ourselves. Like everything is at our fingertips, and we can do that with kids. Like how many times have I sat on a weekly Zoom with you and had Jackson on my lap, or, you know, Spider-Man, you know, like if we prioritize ourselves, we will make it happen. And we are selfless, so we give so much to everyone else. But that comes with burnout, and it comes without a lot of gratification. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the key thing, I think, when it does, you know, inspire anyone that's listening right now, as what Katie said so well, it is I've always preached, it begins with you. The investment is you. You prioritize yourself, you put yourself first.
Yeah.
And I think what has happened for you, my love, the minute you did that, that's when almost everything starts to get clearer. It's like the creative flow comes up, you feel good about yourself, you see things from other lenses. So what was like one of the first pieces that you started to see when you started to prioritize and put yourself first? What did that bring for you?
I think what I actually saw then, even though I was putting myself first, was my value and my worth was so much bigger than I ever thought. And I knew that with that, I could give so much without draining myself. And don't get me wrong, it still took time to find balance. Like I would say, only now I'm finding really good balance. I really felt like if a client messaged me on the weekend and I didn't respond straight away, I wasn't serving them the way I should be. But actually now I can go, you know what, lovely ladies, I'm away for a weekend with my family. Like, if you need me, flick me a message. I will get back to you when I can. And I don't feel guilt because I know that I have developed some really good balance. And I think when that balance is out of whack, it's really hard to see clearly as well. So, yeah, I think when I saw my value and worth, I knew I could give so much more and still create this incredible life I have.
That resonates with me so much, especially the part where you spoke about, you know, being able to say to your clients on a weekend, well, no, I'm working, because there often were times, I've done it too, people pleasing would come into my life, into my circle of business and everything. And it's so important from a place of worth that we see these things that we're doing And when we start to prioritize our worth, it's also, as you would know, a ripple effect of how it's also allowing your clients to do the same thing, right?
Yeah. And I think when you create boundaries within your business with your clients, they actually respect you a little bit more. They can see that you're a human, because not every woman I work with is a mum, but 95% of them probably are. And when I say, hey, I'm just out with my kids for the day, they go, no worries, have a great day. So there's never anyone that goes, oh, well, that's shit, I'm your client, you should answer me. It makes me feel bad for that. The relationship I've built, the boundaries I've put in place, allows me to know that I am doing the best I can to serve my clients, but I am also empowering them to make choices for themselves, which a lot of women struggle with. But I think when you can find the power to make choices for yourself, especially choices that push you out of your comfort zone, like, the world is incredible.
I know, babe. And I actually feel like now it's a perfect time for you to talk about what aligned coaching is. You know, you've just built this empire, your queen empire.
Yeah.
What sets you apart from every other coach?
Hey guys, real quick. Have you ever been stressed out or stuck on a problem you just can't seem to figure out, and then a friend or a mentor comes along with like a fresh perspective and shows you a solution that completely changes the game for you? I'm smiling right now as I say this because I know I've had a ton of these moments while building my businesses and remembering back to all the people I have been helped by, which gets me so excited. So I want to pass on the information here and give you guys a favor to build this queendom community. You know, whatever platform you are listening on, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and tune in every Wednesday, because you just never know when you will hear that special something that completely changes the game for you. And when it happens, make sure you leave behind 5 stars so we know our efforts are making an impact. I love you guys. Let's get back into it.
Well, I used to get really worried, like, social media is so big and we are women, and it is so normal for us to compare ourselves to other people. So I was like, you see all these coaches online that are doing really well and building like extremely large client bases, and they are all WBFF pros or IFBB pros. Like, they are all hot stuff all the time, and all their photos, and I used to sit back and go, I don't look like them. I'm not going to get as many clients because I'm not plastering these photos around. But actually what I have to offer is something really different. And what that is that I have lived the journey. I've lived the journey of majority of my clients. 10 years ago, I lost 40 kilos to step on stage and completely obliterate a huge fear. Like, I would never have done that. I know the pain of losing weight. I know the sacrifice. I know that it's hard. So when they come to me and they say, Katie, I'm struggling, I know that struggle. Yeah. So this is what sets me apart. And I coach a mixture of lifestyle clients and bodybuilding clients. I don't actively compete at the moment, and that's cool. I'm still super passionate, but my passion lies in helping women and them knowing they can come to me and I will understand, and I will always deal with them with compassion, and I will never judge them. But I think the biggest issue that we have in societies these days is there is just such a lack of education around specifically nutrition. We're bombarded with ads about the next fad diet. You should do keto, you should do intermittent fasting, and it's all bullshit. It sets people up to fail, and it markets to their desperation and their vulnerability. And I hate that. I hate that women just really feel like there's no other answer to that. And then the flip side, as well as that, they're, absolutely flogging themselves in gyms, doing group fitness classes and everything they can because they think that's the answer, and they exhaust themselves and they just hit a wall. So I always educate my clients, because if I can give them the education to know why they're making the choices they're making, then you know, like they're not going to need a coach forever. It's really quite satisfying to me to know that when my clients leave, they have so many more tools in their kitty to be able to navigate life. They're real people. They've got to be able to go eat with their families. They've got to be able to go to functions. They've got to be able to sit down at Christmas time and not worry about what they put on their plate. But if they know about what they're doing, they can make those choices and be accountable to themselves. And I think accountability is huge. So I help women transform their lives, and I educate them along the way. There's a lot of talk at the moment on social media about not having to have the way you look be your focus, but I actually don't think there's anything wrong with that, because if you want to look a certain way, that shouldn't be taboo. Women need to have confidence, and if changing the way they look will give them that confidence, then fuck yeah, like I'm here for that.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? Yeah, I fully I understand, like from a education perspective, there is so much misinformation out there, and you wonder why there are women who, you know, start a nutrition program or even just they start training, and there is all this noise on the keto diet, the diet fads, and women are going in and out, in and out, in and out, yo-yo diet. But what I really love that we've created, that we, you know, your aligned coaching has made this opportunity for women to come, one, feel safe with you, understand and be relatable to what you are here to do and serve, and three, you educate the fuck out of them. And the last thing is you really support their confidence, not from a physical aspect, but from an internal aspect too. Like you've been telling me, mums have been sending you all these incredible wins of like compliments they get from their husbands. Like you must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something really big, or something that I'm really big on with my clients. Like, it's always cool to acknowledge progress on the scale or measurements, you know, like if people want to lose weight, we celebrate that when that's happening. But what I love to celebrate even more so with my clients is non-scale victories. And it might be, this guy at the gym told me I look hot, you know, because they might not have a husband at home. Or it might be, I went shopping today. I had one yesterday. It was, I went shopping and bought myself a new pair of tights for work. Same pair I always buy. Bought the same size. They're too big around the waist, but they're too tight on my booty. And I was like, shit, yes. You know, like, we are making progress. Because those things make women feel so good. It's, you know, something so small. But, you know, that client, she's like, my body's changing, my booty's growing. And, like, let's be real, you'd be hard pushed to find a woman in this world at the moment who doesn't want a good booty. Excuse me. So she is, like, she's got a physical something to gauge how she's going, you know. So we celebrate the shit out of things like that. And we can have little dance parties, and if you can't celebrate every little milestone, there's something wrong. Like, if you can't do that with your coach, there is something wrong. And if you are only focused on the end goal and not all the wins along the way, you are missing out on so much fun and so much gratification.
100%, babe. And also, how beautiful is it that we're embracing women's body as their own? Yes. I know when I first started my fitness journey, way before like I became a competitor, I was really chasing everything against what I actually truly was. I'm a muscly, booty, German, Brazilian, thick-thighed woman, and I always wanted to be this small, petite thing.
Yeah. I hear it all the time. I just want to be skinny. I'm like, shit, no, you don't. You want to be lean and you want to be strong. Like, women can be strong too. There is nothing wrong with that. I think a strong woman is a sexy woman, and they rely on no one to help them with their strength. They feel like this huge sense of empowerment, and like just nothing materialistic can replace those feelings. Nothing can measure up against that. And when you can have women feeling so good about themselves, it's a ripple effect. Like, I actually think it's such an exciting time to be a woman right now. There are so many other women who are just empowering, those around them. There's communities, there's people to help you in any aspect of your life that you're struggling. I've just been so blessed to have so many incredible women in my world in the last year. Like, if I had not have said that initial yes, my last year of life would have been so different and probably so fucking boring.
Well, can we just actually reflect on that? Because you are so happy to, obviously encourage your clients to share their wins. I'm going to make you do that now, girl. Share it with, everyone right now. What have been some of your incredible wins, not just from the year, but like weekly, daily, monthly? Like right now, you are fucking on fire, woman.
Yeah. So, I'm not going to lie, I have lulls where I get a little bit, stressed that maybe I'm not doing something right. But in the background, I'm having these conversations with women who all of a sudden, it might take 6 months, but they know that they're ready to be coached by someone who's got their back. I've developed those relationships. So in my first week of January, I had 4 new one-to-one clients, and 3 of those were women I had talked to for a number of months. They came because they knew they could trust. They came because they knew I would have their back. On top of that, I launched a group coaching challenge, not really based on the physical, but more the transformation of habits and the things that are holding people back, as well as the physical. That will definitely be an element. So I had 10 women come on to that. So far I'm shaping up to have probably financially my best month ever, and in the manner of 2 times my best month.
Do you want to share the number or not yet?
Yeah, so it should be, if everything tracks nicely, it should be about 7,000.
Yes.
So, that's, I know it's small fry for a lot of people, but for me, I never coached because I wanted to make money. Like, it's not my bread and butter. It's great because I learned I had to put a value on it for people to value me and the service I was providing them. But coaching for me was always about helping women, helping them to be what they really want to be and to be confident, and to help them live a life of health and longevity, and, build fucking incredible bodies along the way.
Yes, but that answer, beautiful girl, 7,000 revenue is amazing. I want to obviously acknowledge that as your coach and friend. It is phenomenal. But just the answer of the money is the byproduct, the money is the byproduct is why the money is now coming in, but also your repetition and consistency of just being here to serve with your mission and vision and your purpose. You've always had this calling to help and inspire women. Anyone listening right now too, this is the thing. If you're only driven by money, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, so my mission was always to change the world. And in transitioning into the fuck yes girl, the mission has transitioned into change the fucking world. But what that was I personally have had coaches in the past who haven't actually been invested in me and my journey and my transformation and what is happening in my life. And I want to show women that they should actually expect better. And when a community of women start expecting better from their coaches, then coaches will have to level up. Like, I sit back here in New Zealand and I look at the health and fitness and coaching industry of Australia, and you guys are leaps and bounds across or above what we have here in New Zealand. We have coaches who are putting competitors on stage and with like little to no regard for health. We have coaches who make you apply to be on their team, provided your before photos look okay. Wow. We have coaches who will only respond on check-in day and are not available to help and guide and coach in between. And so therefore we have a society of women who are like, I'm not worthy. I don't look good enough to be on that coach's team to begin with. that coach put me on stage, and he didn't care that I'd lost my cycle and I wasn't sleeping and my digestion's turned to shit and I've got numerous fucked up nutritional deficiencies in the process. That needs to change. And so what I decided was, I will be the change. I will induce the change here so that we can have a society of women who can reach their goals without fucking over their health.
Yeah, and that's spoken by a true coach who is really here to set the standard, not only for health and fitness, but just from a place of love and worthiness. Like, that is what we're here to support women to do in whatever business we are in. We really want to create queen energy and to shine a light on these people that have obviously gone through some horrible experiences, not only in business, but in their life. And that's why we love our job so much, right?
Oh, yeah. When you can teach a woman that she is worthy of so much more than she expects for herself, you can watch her confidence soar, and what she expects of the people around her changes, and all of a sudden the things in her life change for the better. So, yeah, like, I have big dreams and I have big goals, and there are big things I want to do. And right now it is about getting recognised as a coach who cares and who nurtures, and building a name for myself, so that I can start spreading my message further.
And because we are all about setting goals and taking action, fuck yes, action, my love. What are the next big goals that you're ready to fucking obliterate right now?
Yeah, so I actually want to keep working on my own confidence, because I would like to start doing seminars around New Zealand.
Yeah.
I want to create a bigger community of group coaching so that we can have women in there that will support one another, so they can see they're not alone, so they can motivate each other. And I really just want to keep pushing that message that women need to expect better. I want to be somebody that people can come to without ever being scared of judgment. Like, if you have to go to your coach and tell them that actually you had a day off plan and you are scared of how they are going to come at you, that person shouldn't be coaching you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Beautiful. And the funny thing is, you've said this now on an episode, so we're all going to be holding you to a standard, but that's also my job as a coach and your mentor and friend.
Yeah.
Now, I have two more things I want to speak to you about, but my first piece, I want to ask you, if you were to, give someone keys to the queendom, what would that little bit of advice or tip or something that's going to really support women out there that have, like yourself, had these incredible wins, incredible growth and other things, what would those pieces be? So we're near at the end of the episode. I know I don't want it to end either. And I love you guys so much for tuning in every week and coming to this journey with me. But the good news is it doesn't have to end here. If you've gotten value from today, I have something really special I want to share with you. Now, most people are very dedicated to learning from podcasts or books, but when it comes to taking the action required to make these ambitions come true, they retreat back to their comfort zone and listen to another podcast. But I know that there is a small group of queens listening right now that are hungry for more. You want complete freedom over how you spend your time and money, and you want to be able to do it from anywhere in the world. I understand you. I was you. And now I have complete freedom over my time, location, and money. And I did it all with my social media blueprint. And if you are part of the group that takes action towards your dream life, I have included an exclusive link for you to jump on board below at 50% off. I appreciate you queens all so much. Now let's finish this one with a bang.
Yeah, so I think the first one would be that it doesn't matter what level of growth you've had, you are never so growing that you should do it on your own. I always say coaches need a coach, but I think mentors are, just as important. So never think you're so big that you can't reach further and wider, and always have someone in your corner like yourself, Tam, who can listen to your dreams and your visions and go, shit, yes, we can make that happen and I'll support you. Because as a woman, if you are supported, like, you just have so much more power. So that would definitely be my first little bit of advice. My second bit would be, if your only hesitation is financial, fuck that. The money will come from somewhere and you should do it anyway. Like, if you want something so bad and the thing that stops you is money, do it anyway. The universe will give you the money. My third thing is to surround yourself with not only mentors, but other women who are empowering. I think when you can be part of a community of people, and you don't have, like, you can be part of a community of people who do the exact same thing as you, and it's not competition. Like, it should never be competition. If you think you are competing with someone, then you should possibly be doing something else. Like, I think there are so many people in the world that can be helped and not enough coaches. So never be scared to reach out and be a part of a community. Like, I have you, I have my girls from Kayla's mentor, I have my girls from Nikki's Conscious Woman last year. Like, I'm so grateful that I said fuck yes to all these things, and I now have, like, some of the most amazing relationships I've ever had in my life. Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. And don't wait. Don't wait till the kids are grown up. Don't wait till the right time, because there'll always be an excuse for why it's not the right time. Do it. Make it the right time. Don't wait till Monday. Don't wait till next year. Don't wait till next month. Just do it. Like, I think when you are so passionate about something, if you can commit to it, you'll do it.
And last, my love, why should people join Queendom if they're sitting on the fence?
Oh, because they get to see you. No, so I just think, like, your knowledge and your guidance is irreplaceable. I really do. I think when people can firsthand experience the belief you have in them and their visions and how you can support them in every aspect of their life, they will realize that actually, you know what, growing it alone is the really long way to get to where they want to be. If they want to accelerate their dreams and their visions, being a part of Queendom will give them unlimited resources, unlimited contacts, unlimited training, but it will also give them, firstly, you know, like, you believe in us more than we believe in ourselves sometimes, I think, but you'll be part of the Queendom where there's so many women who will look out for you.
I love you so, so much, Katie. And I really want everyone listening right now to know how this woman has changed my life, just because I love her so much. And I am so grateful that I have women like yourself in my container. I truly am so grateful and so blessed. And thank you so much for being my first guest speaker for Keys to the Queendom, as a client, as a friend. Now, where can everyone find you, and what program have you got, offers have you got right now? This is your plug-in.
Yes. So you can find me on Instagram at align.coaching, or on Facebook at Align Training and Nutrition. And right now my current package is called Transform, and it's a 12-week package of training, nutrition, and an education portal, which is pretty cool. I don't think I'd ever, up until that point, worked so hard on a project that I was so passionate about. So I strongly encourage anybody to get on it, because I actually don't know if Transform will be available for much longer, as Align Coaching is leveling up and going to be offering a whole lot of new.
Oh, yeah, I know all this juicy stuff as well. So you are so right there, gorgeous girl. Thank you, Katie. Ladies, those who are listening, make sure you jump on her Instagram. Make sure you join Transform. I love you so much, gorgeous girl, and I will see you up in Queensland, and of course, next week on our weekly Zoom call.
Of course.
Thank you, my beautiful girl.